A former MVP is heading to the MLB and is flying under the radar. 25-year-old outfield superstar Jung-hoo Lee is expected to be posted by the Kiwoom Heroes of the KBO. The free agent market is dominated by big names like Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, which is why there hasn't been much talk about Lee. However, Lee is a former MVP and has put up Tony Gwynn-type numbers so far in his young career. Jung-hoo Lee, a standout shortstop in high school, was drafted #1 overall in the 2017 KBO draft by the then Nexen Heroes. Following a great spring training, Lee made the opening day roster at just 18 years old, and in the process became the first player in KBO history to bypass the Futures League and head straight to the first team. For context, the Futures League is a farm team equivalent to the minor leagues, where players go to develop before making contributions with the big club. Now, there was only one issue. As I said earlier, Lee was a shortstop. However, that position was currently occupied by 21-year-old Ha-Sung Kim. The Heroes decided to convert Lee to the outfield, and he hasn't disappointed. Before we continue, if you love baseball content of all sorts, be sure to drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. In his rookie season at nearly 11 years younger than the competition, Lee was terrific, hitting .324 with 29 doubles, 8 triples, and an OPS over 800. Not only did he play in all 144 games that season, but he set a new rookie record for hits with 179. Lee was voted the KBO Rookie of the Year at season's end. After an outstanding rookie campaign in 2017, Lee took it up a notch in 2018 and hit an absurd .355, racked up 34 doubles, and had an OPS nearing 900. In 2019, he continued his stellar play with 31 doubles, 10 triples, a .336 batting average in 140 games. Up to this point, Lee had firmly established himself as one of the young premier hitters in the league. In fact, he was making an argument for the best hitter in the entire KBO. Before we dive into Lee's MVP year, his 2020 season doesn't get nearly as much attention as it deserves, and it may be the best season he's ever had. Up to this point, Lee had 14 career home runs coming into 2020, but not only did he break out power-wise, hitting 15 home runs, he had nearly 50 doubles, drove in 101, had a 921 OPS, and hit .333. You might be thinking one thing, Lee's stats scream MVP. However, 30-year-old Mel Rojas Jr. had an outstanding season, hitting .349 with 47 home runs and drove in 135. He ended up winning the MVP and came remarkably close to securing the Triple Crown, missing it by just 5 batting average points. Lee is known for his elite bat-to-ball skills, and in 2021 he showcased that, hitting .360 and again had over 40 doubles on the season. He finished the year with a 959 OPS and had a 162 WRC+. Another superb season at just 22 years old. Now 2022 is where the world began to take notice when Lee flashed some power we'd never seen before, mashing 23 home runs. In the 142 games played, Lee hit .349 with a .421 on-base percentage, had 69 extra base hits, and drove in 113 runs. His 996 OPS and 175 WRC+ to this date are career highs. In being crowned the league's MVP, Lee followed in his dad's footsteps, Jong-beom Lee. Known as the son of the wind and dubbed the Korean Ichiro for his incredible speed, the elder Lee earned the KBO MVP in 1994 when he hit nearly 400. He was a 13-time All-Star and won 6 Golden Glove awards. Interestingly enough, both father and son began their baseball journeys as shortstops and later transitioned to playing the outfield. After Lee's breakout 2022 MVP season, it was announced he planned on making the jump to the MLB with his team, the Kiwoom Heroes, set to grant him the opportunity. Unfortunately, this season we didn't get to see a full year out of Lee, as he went down to season-ending ankle surgery in mid-July. In the 86 games played, he hit .318 with 6 home runs and 45 RBIs, had 23 doubles and an 860 OPS. It was quite a bummer, as many anticipated seeing if Lee's 2022 power surge was the real deal or not. However, again, he proved the hit tool was elite, hitting over 300 for the 7th straight season. 2023 also marked the 5th straight year Lee walked more than he struck out, and the 3rd straight season with walk rates in the double digits. He's also had K rates under 8% dating back to 2019, with the last 2 seasons being in the 5% range. Again, we're talking about a potential elite bat at the big league level. Some rumors surfaced the Kiwoom Heroes would hold on to Lee for another season after his injury-shortened year. However, all signs point to him being posted and ready to make the jump to the big leagues. Defensively, Lee has been outstanding since making the switch to the outfield, securing 5 consecutive Golden Glove awards dating back to 2018. This season, he was on track to add another to his collection, committing only 1 error in 210 chances. Over his 7 seasons, he's made just 10 errors in 571 games and owns a career .992 fielding percentage. Now here's the reality, when it comes to Jung-hoo Lee, the first thing being he's put up these remarkable numbers in the KBO, a league where the level of play is often referred to as being somewhere between AA and AAA. The other Another concerning thing, and maybe the biggest red flag, is how Lee will perform against velocity, as the KBO average velo in 2023 was 89.2, with the MLB ticking just above 94. Now that's average, as most pitchers in the KBO sit around the mid-80s. Dating back to 2020, the average fastball Lee has seen in all of his at-bats is 88.4 miles an hour. Lee will now jump into a situation where he'll be facing breaking balls that are in the high 80s to low 90s, something that might require some significant adjustment on his part. According to Synergy Sports, Lee has seen 109 pitches of 93 miles an hour or better and has slashed 226, 273, and 419. Lee has publicly acknowledged the velocity differences between the KBO and MLB and has expressed his intention to focus on adapting to higher pitch speeds in 2023. It's important to consider that Lee hails from a league where the primary focus is offense. This is reflected in the smaller dimensions of many stadiums in the KBO compared to those in the MLB. These are all factors to take into consideration when it comes to Lee's game transitioning to the big leagues. However, former teammate Ha-Seong Kim just had a breakout season this year and has stated he would love to work with Lee on things such as handling velocity and everything in between once he comes stateside. As it turns out, both Kim and Lee are best friends in real life, potentially giving the Padres a significant advantage in the race for Jung-hoo Lee. Lee is a career 340 hitter, and should we expect that in the MLB? Probably not, but realistically, once he makes the adjustment, he can turn into a solid 270 to 280 hitter. But regardless, his defensive upside and age should garner a bunch of attention from multiple teams. The market suggests that Lee will land a deal in the 4-year range north of $50 million.